Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we have the brand new update. As always, I'm going to be maxing out the brand new Brawl and Mandy as soon as possible, so we're jumping into that in a second. Play a few ladder games with her and around 800 matchmaking to get a real feeling of whether she's strong or not, and then we'll get into a power league game just to test out whether she's going to be OP, because that super looks really interesting. So of course, if you're looking to purchase the battle pass or anything in the shop, make sure you're using a creator code. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so we've fully maxed out Mandy. It's actually a lot faster this time around, just because you do have the power points just stocked up. You don't have to open all those boxes and go through the pass, and then also you can just buy the gadget and stop out. So a much quicker process this time around. So the gadget, if you guys don't know, so it looks like the next just shot will slow down the enemies 2.5 seconds, which is slow is really good. And then Mandy shoots her candies with 20% more speed whilst focused, which is of course when you stand still and get that extra range. So it'll be pretty interesting. Let's try her out. Alright guys, jumping into the first game. And so I've actually played one game before this, but the Elgato was completely broken, so we may as well try it out again. So Mandy so far feels pretty decent. Like, her range feels a little bit weird. Her shots aren't the hardest to hit, so that's definitely a good thing, you know, in comparison to like Grey, for example. You know, Grey's shots are so ridiculously hard to hit, but Mandy feels okay right now. I don't think this is the best map to kind of showcase her on, because she will of course thrive a lot more in an opened environment, but we'll test her out because obviously it's the only Brawl map available. So Chester down the lane, we haven't really done anything so far. I haven't even hit a shot in 30 seconds, even though I said it's quite easy to hit shots with this brawler. So gonna pop a gadget pretty soon to slow the Janet and make it a lot easier to hit the shots. But damage is definitely going to be pretty good on the Mandy. 2k damage with her activated, pretty decent. But the best thing about Mandy for sure, of course, is going to be her super. You can shoot it across the map through walls. It's going to be absolutely insane. And if you hit your super on the opponent, you will recharge it pretty easily. So okay, that was terrible. I felt I mean, I'm gonna have to get used to it. Of course, it's my second game. It's gonna be a lot easier. It's gonna be a lot easier to aim my supers once I learn how to play Mandy. But I feel like that's gonna be a good synergy, like slowing the opponent and then supering them and then recharging it again. So trying to sneak up here on the Rico, but it's pretty hard with this gadget in the bush. I mean, do I just sit here and charge my shot? That's the only thing. Like, if you want that increased range, because of course she hasn't like got the most range, you've got to just stand still, which isn't entirely the best. So we're going to use a slow onto the Jester just to derail the attack a little bit, of course. Okay, I thought he was going to have the dynamite super. I was pretty certain, then that always seems to be the case whenever they're in a good opportunity to score. So got to be careful here. I don't know whether to use my super just yet. I mean, I'm just going to use it right here. Let's see if I can get a shot onto Janet. I do actually manage to get the shot, and now that's going to allow me to push up even more. 2 shots away from my next super. Looks like we should be able to score this with Rolo going in, unless, of course, Chester... Oh, no, he respawns with the dynamite super. So first game, Mandy seems pretty decent. Nothing too spectacular yet. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the next again, and so I'm not too sure what games I'm going to include just yet, because we are struggling a little bit, because of course center stage isn't the best map for her. But now we've got a Grom in our team, I feel like it should be pretty easy. It gives us such good vision. I think the biggest weakness to Mandy, of course, with her sniper, is going to be the grass. The grass is going to be pretty hard for her, but you just seen that she absolutely just melted right there. But definitely need the right composition around her. So we're just going to pre-fire this super. We do actually manage to get a connection, and that's going to be, again, one of the amazing things about her. If you hit that super, you can just charge in, get your super again pretty quickly, and then should be able to cycle. So gadget doesn't really feel the best. Pretty hard to really consistently hit your shots with it and get values. So that's going to be a quick game. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the next game. And so we've got Underdog. This is going to be a really sweaty game, especially against the Rosa. So definitely got to be a little bit careful of Rosa pushing in right here. Rosa uses a slow, and there's just nothing we can do against that one. So yeah, let's just hope Rolo does a little bit here. I mean, there's just no way a sniper can really scout the bushes. I just don't know why people are on ladder. Like, I know I am myself, but literally sweating this hard as soon as the season resets. It's quite funny to me, but we use the gadget right there. We don't really get a takedown. That's going to be a double takedown onto those guys with my super. Okay, that is just showcasing how strong this super can be potentially with their damage gears. So we don't really want to push forward onto that one. Unfortunately, we do heal up just in time right there. I kind of want to load this super onto one of these guys. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to use it on the Grom. That's going to be my supercharge back again, and I might be able to get another kill. Okay, that super sometimes is a little bit sketchy. I completely messed that up. I mean, I've just woken up literally like 30 minutes ago. I'm still playing pretty terrible. I could have easily just waited that one out and scored. So a little bit unfortunate, but still 1 minute 20 left on the clock. I'm just showing off just how strong this super can be in the right hands. We do use super again, do manage to get the kill onto Rosa. This super is so fun. I can't wait to actually learn how to use this one properly. So we're going to push it on in here. I'm going to use a slow again, missing. I mean, I did auto aim that, so pretty much my fault there. Let's see if Rolo can push the ball up into a good way. I mean, I'm just going to help him out with this Rosa. And again, got to be a little bit careful. Let's just use a super here against the Otis. And the best thing about it is, of course, that people will not see it coming. It literally comes across the map. So if you know someone for sure is in a certain area, especially if you're in voice chat with your teammates, you could easily make a cross map prediction. But of course, you don't want to miss it because it does take 5 hits to recharge her again. So we're going to run into this Otis, take the Otis down. Yes, nice. We can get back right here. We're going to use a super vote. Okay, no, that's what I mean. And you can't change direction once you use it. Of course, you're screwed if you completely mess up your aims. So I'm going to push on in here. We are going to slow the Rosa, but we're going to use super right here, and that should be a takedown on the Rosa. So we're getting some really nice kills with it. It's just unfortunate on the miss and also conceding the early goal. Just haven't got many ways to kind of scout the grass, break up the map, and all of that good stuff. But as the game goes on, you saw how strong Mandy was right there. So that's going to be another game. Let's jump into the final one and then some Power League. All right, guys, jumping into the final game for ladder then. I mean, it might not even do Power League depending on whether I can actually find a game and people not ban Mandy in time. But I think so far, Mandy's actually a really strong brawler. I think she's incredibly strong right now. I mean, I haven't really tried her out in Power League, but I feel like maybe like the biggest counters to her probably just be the people that do outrange her. But then again, with this super, she outranges literally everyone, and that is just insane. Being able to use your super through a wall is just crazy. One of the best supers for sure right now. So we're gonna be able to get an early goal right there. So I just can't believe every single time I hit it, it's just so satisfying. It has to be one of the most fun supers, of course, in the game right now. So unfortunately, Buster is pushing on in. That's going to be a nice connection from the Grom super. We're going to use super right here to get the double kill. Oh my god. Mandy's super is so good. You just can't push into it, especially up close. So again, we're going to use the super. Okay, I completely missed that one. So that was pretty terrible. But you know, if you see a Mandy with super, just don't go running straight into it unless you know you can take her down pretty quickly, because she's just going to absolutely destroy, especially if she has damage gear activated. So one shot away from super. Somehow I'm missing every single shot. We're just going to use gadget onto the Buzz right here. Let's see if we can get a connection onto him again. We do miss the super, so it just showing off like how many times you can actually miss this super, but we do manage to charge it up pretty quickly every single time. That's gonna be a nice goal from Rolo. So let's now jump into some Power League. All right, guys, so jumping into the Power League game, and so even if they get completely destroyed, I want to show a fair reflection of how Mandy is. I don't think it's going to be the best matchup for me, just because we're up against a thrower and we don't have a thrower ourselves. So I can see our teammates being pretty mad, but of course we want to test out Mandy to see if she's okay. So I feel like late cake is going to be a decent map for her, because of course you can kind of just sit here and keep using those charge shots. I think they keep charging. I didn't even realize that. So once you charge it once, you just keep spamming the shots, which actually is pretty insane. I feel like that might be a really strong mechanic, you know, especially on a map like this where the lanes are pretty obviously certain. I think someone is in this bush right here. I'm guessing the Gene is pretty close. Yeah, Gene definitely sneaking up in the grass. Do get a shot onto both, so just a couple of shots away from this super right here. So definitely pretty strong. Looks like we could probably get the pinch with this Piper. I'm hoping my teammate was going to push up there, but I definitely think Mandy is decent. I don't think she's weak. I can tell already that Mandy's definitely a decent brawler, because just by how easy sometimes the shots are to hit, you know, it's pretty nice overall. So I'm going to charge up my super right here. Don't know where to aim this one. Let's see. Okay, it looks like might be able to get the sprout from across there. Okay, that would have been a crazy snipe. That was definitely a bit too ambitious. So I sometimes feel like I'm playing Bell, because I think the shots should ricochet. So that was definitely a wasted super, but we only need 1 star, so no need to panic whatsoever right now. Do get a nice snipe onto Bo. 1000 aim for damage. Was that buffed? By the way, I'm sure her damage was a lot shorter than that, but that's going to be 2 shots to the super. Unfortunately, Piper can't push in just yet. And yeah, this isn't looking entirely the best right now. We want to keep our distance as much as possible. So time to try and push in a little bit here with 20 seconds left. Piper does use the wall break onto the Sprout lane, and now trying to make amends of the lead that we've lost. So we've got the slow right here. Let's see if we can hit it onto any of these guys. Gene's looking to use his pull. We're actually going to get some decent connections. We're going to use the super onto the Gene, and that's going to be the win, just completely stolen from them. I really didn't think I'll be able to clutch up right there. I don't know what the Sprout was really doing. I thought he probably thought he could trap them both in, but with my super I can shoot through the wall. That is a pretty funny mechanic to have. So overall, not entirely the best from us, but we didn't lose lane. I don't think we died a single time, so definitely okay from us. So again, we kind of want to charge up right here, and we can just keep spamming this lane to make sure the bow doesn't make it through. And I think that just can be really annoying for someone that, of course, doesn't have the range to compete. So that's going to be a nice tap from the pipe, but that's going to be a slow as well. And when you know for sure that you're going to hit a shot, that slow can be devastating. So, I mean, it's not the best gadget. I don't think it's completely going to make her kit like some other brawlers where you know you just have to have that gadget. I think it does quite round her off pretty well. So looks like the bow might be a little bit angry here. So let's see if he still decides to go on our lane. I mean, maybe we have a good angle right here to hit on the Sprout. Nice, we do. So I feel like there's going to be some nasty spots. I might just go into like the training cave and just learn a few of them. Like that, for example, like that shot just covers the entirety of the grass. So if, for example, if I know that Sprout's been shot once, I can just snipe him across the map and take him down. It's going to lead to some dirty plays. This brawler could potentially be, you know, broken. 1,800 damage as well is pretty nasty overall. So we've got the lead. We don't really need to push up too much. Of course, against the Sprout, we don't want to just fall back into spawn, else that's going to be pretty toxic. But right now, we're just using our range to our advantage. Not really hitting many shots though. We've got to hit the slow. Okay, no, we're not going to hit the slow. Definitely talking that out of existence, but we're one shot away from our super right now. So once we can get that charge, we might be looking pretty decent. But we're in a bad spot right here. All of us push back. Maybe we can get this bow down. Do eventually get our super right here, but we haven't really got much time to use it onto someone. We can use it on the Gene right there. We do get a takedown, and that's going to be the game. Okay, that was looking really sketchy, but eventually, once they of course got us back into spawn, it's pretty hard to rush into push into this brawler. I forgot what her name is already, Mandy, because when you get that damage gear activated, it's just GG. So Mandy proving pretty strong. I feel like I didn't like hard carry, but I don't think I died the entire time. It is pretty toxic to face off against Mandy on the lane. I think she's going to be a pretty top brawler. I mean, I've still got to test it out. I'm going to play a lot of Power League today and then do a guide tomorrow and give you guys a more accurate representation of whether Mandy is that brawler. So yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.